You know, I kind of think that, and this is just my opinion, it's not what is, and I'm not going to say it's a fact, but because it's not. But I think the reason why a lot of us in the world are clashing right now, and we're all kind of judging each other, and we've got these shifty eyes, and we're kind of scanning the room as soon as we walk in, and we're thinking, what's this guy thinking about me? Why is he looking over at me? Why is he staring at what I'm wearing or something? We're all inside our own head, and we all live in our own world. We all live in our own world, and we're in first person. We're absolutely in first person, and we think it's our day. We think it's, well, this is my life. To a degree, it is. This is my world or whatever. This is my world. Like, say, well, no one else should live in this world except me. So we all live in this kind of main character syndrome, and maybe some of us don't. I'm just, uh, I'm just speaking from a general point of view, and I know there are exceptions. Not everybody feels and thinks the same way, but I'm just gonna talk about this as if everyone else, like everyone in the world, does have main character syndrome. So, what happens is all the religion and politics and preferences and music and everything, we can all use this as a way of dividing ourselves from other people. Well, they're the metalheads, they're the chavs, they're the emos, they're the goths, they're the roadmen, they're the punks or whatever. We all have this idea that, well, our music is better, or our religion is better, or our clothing, what we wear, is better. And what it's really doing is it's just creating division, and it's just creating this divide of putting people into classes, and you know we're in certain we belong to a certain clique of people. And I don't think it's wrong to say that we shouldn't have our own group that we do belong to, but at the same time, uh, I think that we should be more open, and we should be all one to a degree, because at the end of the day, we all are all human beings. We're all being, we're all in the present. We're all just being right now. We're doing, we're living, we're breathing. And life isn't long. Life is not long at all. And what you're doing is you just you're just causing more tension for yourself, and you're creating more stress because you can't learn to live in the same world as everybody else, and that your beliefs and your ideologies, your ideas, and your views, you think that you're so much better than everyone else, and that only you can get to decide. And it's really the selfishness that's creating this clash in society right now, and we see a lot of people fighting and at war with each other because they just can't learn to get along. They can't learn to agree to disagree. You know, you're a Labour supporter, I'm a Conservative supporter, you're a Reform supporter, voter, or whatever. Okay, but that's just what our political views. It's nothing to do with anything else. Like it's not us. It's not our identity. And there's a lot of people who are so passionate in something that they're consumed in what they believe in. Well, I'm an England supporter. Well, I'm a Wales supporter. I'm a fucking France supporter, or whatever. And we're so consumed and indulged in all these things that are just meant to be all play and less serious. Like music, for instance. Okay, you like music, good. That's a good thing. Or it's a whatever thing. You know? Like, we're all just people who have different ideas and views and beliefs. Sometimes we get on the same page and sometimes we're not on the same page. That's just life. It's called being a human being, an individual who, as a, you know, who has their own beliefs and identity. And I think we all are different. We all have different identities, and it's like I'm Jack, and you could be fucking James or Jim or fucking Bob, Fred, whatever. I don't care. But we all have our own separate world as well. We all have our own separate personalities, and it's okay to not agree on everything. It's okay to not agree with the fact that, you know, dogs, oh, well, if someone disagrees and say, well, we don't like dogs, I'm not going to take that as a personal, you're attacking me kind of thing. It's just that you don't like dogs. Maybe you've been bitten by a dog and you've got PTSD from ever seeing a fucking Rottweiler. You think that all Rottweilers are dickheads. But in life, we don't really own much. We don't own anything in life except for the fact that we are gonna die. We're gonna die one day. We're not gonna live forever. We're not going to be on this earth, until we're fucking 1 billion or something. We could die tomorrow. We could die when we're, you know, 70 or 80. And I do think that part of living is letting go. And Alan Watts, the famous philosopher, once said you need to let go of the ego, and he also said that there's not really such thing as ego. It's something that you make up, and I kind of think about that statement when he's saying let go of the ego. What does he mean by that? Because I think that ego is definitely a thing. It's something we develop over time as we're living, and maybe it's some kind of defense mechanism. And if we didn't have an ego, we wouldn't be as driven to want to live as much as we do today. But I think we all have these masks and personas we put on because we're very much self insecure. We're very much insecure with ourselves, and we've got to put on a personality. We feel like we have to kind of be more confident than we really are on the inside, on the outside, or whatever. But I don't know what to think right now. I don't know what to think of other people. I don't know, the last couple of years, even months, I don't have everything figured out. Even though I'm 27, I don't feel like I'm anywhere better than I were before, but I do feel like I'm getting wiser. And I think about a lot of this. What is the ego? I think about what does it mean to even be yourself? And we're just all people who are in this ride together. We're all living, but we've got different problems and issues, and maybe some of us have it better than others, maybe some of us don't have it better than others. But one thing we do have in common is that we're all human. So what is the point in being too divided rather than not wanting to kind of meet in the middle somewhere and be more neutral. But the ego is a very big thing to a lot of people, and I see I see a lot of narcissists in this world walking around, and they literally do feel like they think that, well, my farts don't stink, and well, you know, we all we all do the same things. We all eat, we all sleep, we all shit, we all, you know, have guilty pleasures, and really, no one is better than anyone. It's all what we think. We think that we're better than someone, and oh well, you wear Adidas, I wear Nike. Nike is better than Adidas. Why are you wearing it? Or for instance, I was in a bus once, and this guy came on, really full of himself, and he was like, "What phone do you have, mate? What phone do you have, cuz?" And I said to him like, I think at the time I had like an Oppo or whatever, and he said, "Oh, I have iPhone. iPhone's better. Yeah, iPhone's better." And I was like, "Fuck off, mate." I really don't give a fuck. Like, I use a phone. Why does it matter to you what phone I use? It calls people. It does what it needs to do. I don't give a fuck about how much my phone costs. But you know, like I said before, there's always going to be people full of themselves. They think that the shit doesn't stink. You know, they act like they have a golden shower at home and a golden toilet and gold plated toilet paper or something. They literally think that they are the best thing since sliced bread. And the only thing you can do is let them believe that. Let them be too caught up in their ego and when I say ego, I mean an unhealthy ego that's creating some kind of personality disorder that they're so far gone that they're delusional. Not all ego is bad. Not all ego is unhealthy. For instance, in sports, or if you're competing against somebody, it's okay then. It's okay to have an ego. It is as long as you don't make it a problem and make it like you're better than everybody else. It's not a problem. It's only until you start to have this cocky, arrogant demeanor and be like, well, I'm better than everybody else. You're all peasants. That's when it becomes a problem. Not, that's it. Um, but yeah,